once again, good day, Sir Ron. I am Julliene and Bigsang from BSN 12A. And for today's continuation of the demonstration, I will now be performing the open gloving procedure. Okay, so before we start, I would like to apologize for the wrong size of cuff for my hand because I went to many pharmacies but I did not find the right size of cuff for my hand, which is 6.5. Pharmacies only have the size 7.1, and it's really hard to find surgical gloves in our area because we're not in the city, we're in the province, and we don't have really that many big pharmacies. We only have the Mercury Drug and the other one, so we only have pharmacies which has only limited stocks. Okay, so once again, today I will be performing the open gloving procedure. So the first thing that we will do is, of course, to wash our hands, which I already did earlier, so that we can prevent the spread of infections. And now, let's get our surgical gloves and check if it is the right size of cuff for our hand. However, as I've said earlier, this is not the right size of cuff. But in a real setting, in a real procedure, you should use the right size of cuff for your hand. Let us check if there are any tear or stains. Okay, and after that, we will now remove the outer wrapper of our surgical gloves. Just be careful so that it will not fall because it's hard when it falls.
Wow.
Okay. And now we will get our surgical gloves and we will place it in a clean, dry, flat surface about our waist level because it is the sterile area of our body. Okay, so let us identify where is the left glove and where is the right glove. So as you can see, our glove has these little flaps. So this is where we put our thumb, our index finger, or our fingers to open our surgical gloves because we don't want to contaminate our sterile gloves. Okay, so now as you can see, our gloves each glove has an approximately 5 centimeter cuff. So the first hand that we will glove is our dominant hand. And my dominant hand is my right hand, so I will use my left hand and I will touch only the inside part of the sterile gloves because my hand is unsterile, so I can only touch the unsterile area. Okay, so I will slip my fingers, my hand into the glove. I'm keeping my thumb away because I'm more comfortable with it. Be careful that the cuff will not roll into our wrist. Okay, so now we have gloved our dominant hand. And now our dominant hand or our right hand is now sterile. So we can only touch the sterile area, which is the outside of the glove. And we will use our fingers to tuck or to slip it underneath the cuff of our left glove. Because this is the part that is sterile, so we can only touch it with our sterile hand. And now, after that, we will now again slip our fingers into the glove. And we do this so that we will not touch the inside part of the glove. Okay, and then after that, we'll just release it. Okay, so our glove is now, our hand is now gloved. So if you are not comfortable with it, you can fix it using your hands because you can now touch it because your hands are now both sterile. Okay, it's really big for me because it's size 7. Okay, so now after that, you can only place your hand on your chest wall area because you don't want to contaminate your sterile hands or your gloves. Okay, so you're ready now for the procedure. And now, assuming that you are done with the procedure and your hands are now soiled, your hands are now dirty. So, how do we doff our gloves or how do we remove our sterile or how do we remove our soiled gloves? So, we don't want our arms or our hand to be dirty. So, what we'll do is to grasp the glove of the other hand like this so that we will not touch our clean hands. And then now we will use these clean hands to remove the gloves of the other one. So what we'll do is to slip it underneath the cuff of our gloved hand and then we'll just remove it like this. Okay, so now we have removed our gloves and now we will dispose it properly. And then after that, don't forget to sanitize or to disinfect your hands or perform proper hand washing so that we can make sure that we prevent spread of infections. Okay, so that is how you don and doff your surgical gloves.